70% of all startups will fail within the first 5 years of existence. It's bad, but it's true. And there are actually multiple reasons behind why this happened. But let's look into the main reasons behind. First, lack of cash. Okay, so business is not sustainable, or you don't have cash to make your business sustainable. The good thing is, you can always raise funds. Lack of knowledge. Bad decisions for the product, bad marketing decision, bad management. Again, the good thing is, you can always buy knowledge. Wrong timing, wrong market. Bad luck. Try again. But actually, there is one reason which, based on TechCrunch, is the #1 early-stage startup killer: co-founders dispute. Yes, startups fail mainly because of co-founders' conflicts. Let's look deeper into this serial killer. Why co-founders' conflicts happen in the first place? Because we are people, and because we are all different. And even worse in this case, we are co-founders. And because we are co-founders, we are rebels, because we are the changing force, because we want to invent, create, improve, and go against all odds. Because we are a different breed of people. This leads us having different understanding of the world, different principles, different work style, different needs like cash, lifestyle balance, even different egos. But because we are different, we are together. And we are together because we also have things in common: aligned passions, motivations, complementary skill set, industrial knowledge. All those are the baseline of all co-founders. So what is this little small extra that makes the difference between fail and success? Being different, but also having the same things together: empathy, respect, trust, and commitment. And the best source of those qualities, you cannot find it in the office, you can find it in your normal life, amongst friends and families. I have 2 stories today to share, which changed my understanding about this problem and how I can find a shortcut to mitigate the risk and establish a long-term relationship of trust, respect, and commitment. The first story happened around 2016. I was in Shanghai for the Mobile World Congress. It was a couple of months before our IPO. I was walking down the Bund, and then I got a phone call. And it was my founder. And apparently, we had a massive argument. I spent the whole day on the phone trying to sort it out, but it didn't work. Actually, it got even worse. And that could actually jeopardize our listing. So I came back to Singapore. A couple of days later, I was on the plane to Europe. And I spent the day in the conference room, in the office in Europe, trying to sort it out, but it didn't work. So that evening, I was invited to his family for a dinner. And actually, I knew his family since day one, and by the time, they became also my family. So we had an amazing time, we were laughing, and then at the end of the dinner, we went outside to have a glass of wine and to have a conversation in private. And all of a sudden, both of us, we just asked ourselves, why are you not trusting me anymore? Moment of silence, a smile, and the issue was resolved. And actually, we realized that there was a third party sitting in the middle trying to ruin our trust, a trust which we built over a decade. Lesson number 1 learned: your co-founder is your best friend, period. And if it's not, make it. To avoid misunderstanding, I'm not talking about bringing your friends as co-founders, but making your co-founders best friends. Of course, if you share the same vision, complementary skill set, industry experience, go for it. It will further mitigate your risk. Friends and co-founders share the same values. You're together because you have something in common. You share vision, you want to spend time together, you want to do things together. We can speak openly, we can trust each other, we can rely on each other. It is a two-way process where ego and dominance do not exist. It doesn't exist in friendship. It shouldn't exist between co-founders as well. No hidden agenda and prejudice, and where trust is above everything because you know you care and you know you can expect the same. Now, let's take trust and care outside of the picture. What will happen if I tell you you're fat? You get aggressive, you get protective. Now let's bring them back. What if your best friend tells you you're fat? You have a second thought if you should start going to the gym, and you shouldn't question what is the intent or agenda behind. What if we change friends with co-founders in the following example? Rising conflicts between co-founders is actually the best thing that can happen because it shows co-founders care, people care. Trust is the shortcut to resolve them. I just came back 2 weeks ago from US, meeting our strategic investor, and there was a really interesting story which got my attention. So it was a gloomy Thursday morning, just like every morning in the Bay Area. We were on the way to Starbucks to grab a cup of coffee. And there was something. And yeah, my co-founder all of a sudden said to me, like, we have the wrong slides. Our objective is not right. Our message is not correct. We need to change that. Wow. First thing I thought was, no. But then, a moment later, we were working on the slides, and I was like doing the changes based on the suggestion. We nailed it. It was amazing presentation. We got our objective really clear. We got our message really clear. It was perfect. As we flew back separately, I didn't have time to discuss this with my co-founder, but then I realized that this was not the first time we had this situation. It happened many, many, many times. So, my co-founder is my best friend, my soulmate, my partner in crime, the mother of our kids, and my wife. And we built the business together. In the early years, after we started, and we started to get some tractions, everyone was coming to us, telling us, hey, that's the wrong setup. It's bad message for the investors, it's bad for the business, and it could badly impact to your family. It just won't work. But we went against all odds, and years later, we're no longer hiding it. Actually, we are proud of it, and we have a great business and great family. Lesson number 2 learned. Your co-founder is your family, and you're married, period. In my case, literally. A healthy family requires two-sided relation, and you need blindly to trust your partner / co-founder. And because your partner is your best friend, you have that trust already. Building a company is like building a family. Your goals are more or less the same. We all want the best for our business as we want it for our family, right? We'll do everything possible for the good of our business, but we also do everything possible for the good of our family. And of course, beside empathy, trust, we have commitment. And actually, your family is your biggest commitment, right? So no matter if we talk about office or home, the foundation is communication and structure. So let's look at home first. You always talk with your partner, right? You always discuss, argue, question. Of course, if you don't, you have always like, you're not talking to me, you don't share, what's wrong, you don't want to tell me anything. We all know that, right? So you have willingly and unwillingly to communicate, share, discuss, argue. And with communication, you create structure. Structure drives responsibility, and responsibility creates commitment. And the commitment is the well-defined job scope that keeps you in the zone. And as your partner, friend, co-founder, you should deeply trust each other with what each person is specialized at and responsible for. And just like in healthy marriage, in good times and in bad times, till the exit door part. Thank you.